What's up, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Duran Duran, and we're going back for another one of their singles, or B-sides. And indeed, this is from the single A View to Kill, which I now understand. I didn't quite understand when I first reacted to it, but I now understand it was used as the theme song for a Bond film of the same name. And it's funny because I just reacted to another track by a-ha that was used as the theme in a different Bond film. And I remember people were talking about that John Barry, the franchise composer, had changed some of the material in the song, like very minimally, and then he got a songwriting credit, and so I guess the a-ha guys were a little put out. But my understanding is that the View to Kill song is the songwriting credit is to, or the production credit is to Duran Duran and John Barry. But we're going to listen to another version of it called That Fatal Kiss. I did notice when I downloaded it from the folder, once again shout out to Philip, that it's notably smaller, the file, than the single versions, so I'm thinking it's a shorter version. The phrase "that fatal kiss," whether we're talking about a literal poisonous kiss, it does suggest a scenario by which a kiss will seal someone's fate, even though it seems like in some way a desirable thing. Perhaps it'll have irretrievable consequences of a negative nature. It's interesting though, not having seen the film. I mentioned before, for whatever reason, I didn't get into the Bond franchise. I saw only one of them in the theater that was Licensed to Kill with Timothy Dalton. I think View to Kill is the other one with Timothy Dalton. Correct me if I'm wrong about that. But yeah, bottom line, I don't know if it relates to something, part of the narrative in the film. The reason I'm looking over here is I put another chair here so that I don't have to keep picking up and putting down my kitten constantly while she's like in sleep mode, but I also like tied a shoestring to the chair, so she's like going crazy attacking the shoestring. So that's what you're hearing. In any case, so I don't know if this version relates to an actual development in the narrative. If it does, I would suggest maybe it'll have more of a score soundtrack feel rather than like a theme song per se. But it's listed, as a Duran Duran like B-side, so I'm not sure exactly what we're gonna hear. But like I said, I think it's not too long. Let's get it. This is Duran Duran, A View to Kill, and it's That Fatal Kiss. Okay, yeah. So this is entirely John Barry then? Oh. It's beautiful. Exquisite. You could probably hear her a great deal. I apologize. And this is beautiful. I'm very much into scores and sort of incidental music. It's fantastic. almost felt bad that I kept having to pick her up and put her back down as I was shooting the videos. So now she has her own chair over here. But yeah, bottom line, shout out to John Barry. I don't know the scores of the films because I just don't know the franchise, but if that's any indication, you know, that's on the level of like some of the best score work I've heard from, you know, like Goldsmith and John Williams and so on. So yeah, really good tune. Absolutely enjoyed it. Again, partly because I'm into classical music, I'm into film scores, I'm into incidental music, as I said. I mean, my gosh, what a floor monster you are. But yeah, really cool. I wonder to what degree Duran had influence on that. It feels like something that maybe Barry just would have written, or perhaps that is the score elements in the single, but like, you know, without the sort of the theme song. Weren't there, I believe there were like orchestral elements in the original. So yeah, maybe that's like those parts but streamlined into like its own tune. But yeah, bottom line, I do wonder to what degree Duran had influence in that. If they were involved in the writing of that, yeah, I wonder if, you know, Rhodes in particular, because obviously like if, you know, you do a lot of synth writing, I think that lends itself to sort of writing for different like sections of the orchestra and so on. But yeah, let me know if you're aware of to what degree they collaborated with Barry on that, or if that was basically like his contribution to the song set aside and made its own thing, which is maybe what it felt like. But yeah, let me know what you think. Other than that, I will see you next time. Peace.